I'm LaRie.
And I'm Nick B.
Listen, we're just two single girls from the city of Roses discussing all things love, lust, and perception.
And roses are a symbol of all things beautiful about love.
But as you know, love can get a little dirty. So we're here to talk about it.
Dirty Roses Podcast starts now.
Hey, I'm LaRie.
And I'm Nick B.
And welcome to Dirty Roses Podcast. Guess what?
What?
I feel like I start
everything with a guess what.
Guess what?
What?
Well, y'all don't know what's happening. But we had a very special guest today. Mm-hmm. I'm excited because I got to meet this gentleman recently. I was a host at a gala. It was fancy, real fancy. Y'all saw my post. Y'all seen the dress. You know
she looked pretty.
I did. I felt special. But he was my co-host, and I got to know him a little bit, and I'm super excited because, like, Master Barber, celebrity barber.
Tell me more.
He used to be a rapper.
What?
Am I making stuff up? I'm making stuff up.
I'm ready for some bars.
In the sixth grade.
I'm ready for the bars.
I forgot because you know how we have nicknames in our phone.
Yep.
He absolutely has like MC as part of his nickname. I think it was Master of Ceremonies. MC.
Sounds about right.
But in my brain, I was like, yeah, MC. Yo, check a break.
Mic
1 2
1 2.
But we got the man right here, Mr. Arts. Rollo Williams.
Wait a minute, Rollo. Rollo.
Yeah, you said it right.
Yeah, you gotta say Rollo.
I'm just saying, he probably has that, tropical vibe because he's from the deep south.
The deep south.
Deep south.
But welcome to the show. We thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So, okay, we've had barbers on the show.
We have,
and we've had,
but none quite like this.
Yes, no, we're talking about master, internationally known, travel the world, cutting some celebrity heads, some sexy celebrity heads, and he's probably the reason why they're so sexy.
He knows where all the dandruff lives.
Ooh.
Really? We was going somewhere with this, and then you just took it to Head and Shoulders.
It's not NDA,
right? You signed one.
Right.
We're good. But no, tell us about your business, Influential Grooming Lounge.
The Influential Grooming Lounge is a barbershop /
Grooming Lounge.
Yeah. I mean, we have two hairstylists in there. They just do natural hair. So
okay.
Just locks, braids, a little bit of color, but not too much.
Okay.
So we don't have to smell the bleach or the chemicals and stuff
part.
like that. But we've been around now since 2017.
Okay.
Dang. That's
I was
only
gonna
8
say,
years though.
where have you been all this time? Because I didn't know about it when I lived here. I said, oh, this is interesting. So 2017 is when you opened.
Yeah, we opened in 2017. We I co-owned Champions Barbershop for 9 years before that.
And Champions is still around.
Champions is still around.
Yeah.
And so the Influential just kind of came out of that. And it just has been slowly building its reputation. We're in a building right now where it used to be a shop before we bought it. Okay. But nobody knew it was a shop until we bought it.
Really?
Oh, wow.
And when we bought it, we just rebranded it, but we painted the walls and made it brighter.
Made it something.
And started to rebrand it. And so now people pass by and they stop and they're like, wait, I never knew it was a barbershop here.
Now, for those of you that are in Portland, where is this shop located?
3262 Northeast Martin Luther King Boulevard.
Okay, right on the K.
Right on the K, in between Cook and Fargo.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. Didn't know it was there, did you?
Didn't. Because there's big windows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, we know exactly where it's at. And if you're from Portland, you know that spot. So, yes. Okay, so tell us, have you always wanted to be a barber? Was that like in your plans of life?
It was. Since I was 12, when I was 12, my stepdad used to drop me off at the barbershop on Saturday mornings. My stepdad owned this janitorial business. And so I would wake up at like 5 in the morning and go to work with him until noon.
5 in the morning.
Yeah.
No, sorry, Dad. Can't make it.
I had to make that money back then. This was, I was 12. I don't even know how many years ago that was.
Listen, this is back in the day when we could work as kids and actually get paid. Now they got stipulations and restrictions.
These kids, they don't know how to work. Okay, wait till they're 21 to get a job.
But yeah, I was 12, man. My mom was like, "I'm not buying you any more shoes, and because all that kind of stuff. So you need to get your own stuff." At 12,
no, I'm
because
sorry.
I hurt my mom's feelings. I don't put my mom on blast out here, man. I still feel bad about that.
Okay,
all these years later. she came home one time, and I was like a class clown, so I cracked jokes on everybody. We used to, we used to call it Jonesing. I don't know what they call it here. But we used to just stand in the circle and just cracking jokes on people, and I was always the one cracking the jokes. And this kid came to school one day with these. We used to call them Bobos.
I knew you was going to say it. I knew it.
What are Bobos?
Bobos is some off-brand tennis shoes that ain't got no logos, or it's got the logo of the grocery store it came from.
Yeah. Do you remember the song?
Not the Ikes.
No, there was a song.
We had a little jingle with it. It must be a Florida thing. I'm sure it's a South thing.
I'm gonna need this jingle right now.
But we used to.
It went. Insert jingle here.
I'm going to do the jingle for real. Watch. It went. Bobos, they make your feet feel fine. Bobos, they cost $1.99. You can wear them anytime.
Yo, I want some Bobos for real. I do. $1.99, I'm gonna get like 10.
Yeah.
Have money left over.
Little elastic little strap
God.
thing that you can pull them apart, so you can at least put one shoe on. You can try both shoes on without.
Oh my gosh.
You gotta steal them.
Oh my gosh.
So this kid came to school with those on one day, and I gave him the business. And then my mom, I needed some shoes. My mom showed up with some Bobos. And I said, no, I'm not wearing those. I am not wearing those.
And she said,
after I just finished doing this.
Like, I can't.
Right. I just roasted this kid. I cannot go to school tomorrow after laying into him about those shoes.
Oh my God.
So that's when she said, I'll never buy you another pair of shoes.
Man.
I was 12, but my stepdad said, you can come work with me.
Damn.
So I went and worked with him.
Damn.
Started buying your own shoes.
Started buying my own shoes.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yo,
so
she taught you a life lesson.
She did. She really did. And she still, to this day, she has not bought me a pair of shoes. I mean, I don't expect it, but.
F you and your feet.
Right. I hope you get calluses walking around barefoot because you're not getting shoes from me.
Because these Bobos felt fine.
Right. But the Bobos feel good now, don't they? They're only $1.99.
I bet they cost $39.99.
Right.
Inflation.
Yeah.
Lord. Okay, so you got dropped at the barbershop.
Yeah, so my stepdad would drop me off at the barbershop around noon, and I would just stay there all day, sweeping the floor. They might tip me out. They might give me a free haircut, but it was just cool just to be in the barbershop around older people, learning some stuff, just hearing the conversations. And then when I was 15, one of the barbers handed me a pair of clippers, and he was like, you might as well learn how to cut hair.
Hey, listen.
And that's when I fell in love with barbering.
Okay.
At 15, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I was
So you're learning on the spot.
Right.
Yeah.
So I know the vibe and like the stereotypes of barbershop is like where a bunch of men get around, they just talking shit and telling stories and dogging out their women's and stuff. And I know that we had like the movies and stuff. Is that still like the same ambiance that is in the shop nowadays? I
think since COVID happened, it kind of changed it a little bit.
Okay.
You know, damn, people want appointments. I know, right? Freaking COVID.
But how has it changed? Because is it still not the same barbershop talk, or why would the pandemic change the feel and the vibe of the barbershop?
Well, back in the day, the barbershop used to be a place, kind of like what you said. I don't know about the dissing the women, but you know.
Well, per our last
not out loud,
guests.
anyways. but it used to be a spot where you could just come and you could hang out, and people would come to the barbershop and hang out all day. They knew, like, I'm gonna get to the barbershop at 9:00, and I probably won't leave the barbershop till 4 or 5. You know. And
by choice.
Yeah. And,
like
and it was dope.
The salons, we were there not by choice
because
all
we were
day
sitting
long.
in our dryers all day long, in between other clients, because they booked 3 or 4 at the same time. Yes, in the way.
Yeah, I wish we could do that. That'd be kind of dope, but
with bald heads and everything, it works real well.
Yeah.
So I know that you started by learning literally on the spot at 15, but at some point, did you then go to barber school?
I did go to barber school. I had to get you got to go to barber school to get a barber license.
Yeah.
And I went to barber school here in Portland.
Okay.
But I waited a long time.
I bet you were teaching that class then, weren't you? You were like, listen, instructor, that is not even how you hold those shears.
Pretty much. Well, you know what, Miss, I don't know if y'all have had her on the show yet, but Miss Etta Why can't I remember Miss Etta's last name? I bet you know Miss Etta. She's a singer here in Portland.
Oh, I didn't. I think I know.
Etta, I always want to say James, but it's not James.
I know who you're talking about, and now that you say it, I can't even think of her last name.
I do not know her.
Okay.
No, I don't know her.
So Miss Etta was my first teacher in barber school, and she taught me how to use my shears and how to do a straight haircut.
Yeah.
And so that was probably the only thing I learned in barber school.
When you say straight hair, we mean like white people hair?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was going to be like, well, let me tell you. So my brother also, he has his license. He went to school he just something he ain't using. But I was his first hair model, right? And I was like, I don't mind. I'm good if you mess it up. My hair will grow back. I can handle it. I will be there to support you, right? And so, sister. Right, it was a 4-hour appointment to literally wash, blow dry, and trim no, he didn't even trim he did have to trim my hair and straighten it, okay? The wash and shampoo was great. He went to straighten my hair, and he was so worried about burning my scalp or ears or anything that he started about an inch away from the root. And then he stopped about an inch from the end of the hair. So it was like puffy up here and frizzy like down here, but real straight in the middle. I was like, yeah, bro, you did that. Never went back.
Did they check it off for him?
They did, because she stood there every step of the way, and she's like, you got to go all the way through to the end, and you got to work around the shoulder when you're trimming. I was like, get that shit together. Like, what are you doing, brother? Yeah. Come on now. Needless to say, women's hair was not what he wanted to go to school for in the first place. He was really focused on getting his barber's license and not to work with women's hair, so he didn't care that he messed that up.
I'm surprised he didn't just shave you bald.
Man,
be like, here we go.
I'm like, we're not, put the clippers down. That's not what we're doing. I do want some hair, okay?
He could have layered it with the clippers.
Man, he didn't know how to do that. This was like his first week of working with a model, so he was real green.
Yeah, that's scary. I remember them days.
Did you have to learn women's hair too?
No, I didn't have to learn women's hair just because they had a barber program, but most schools just have cosmetology programs, so you got to learn it all.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I refuse to do that.
Well,
but you make more money with women's hair.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, I refuse to. I don't have the patience.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
What sets a good versus great barber aside? Because lots of men think, oh, I can cut hair. It's nothing, especially if it's more or less just cutting it all off and you're not really trying to be a real smooth fade or anything. What makes someone good versus great? Because obviously you're great. What makes you better than just a average?
Than her brother.
No, listen, he don't even cut hair no more. But yeah, what makes a great barber? How do you set aside from the average man who cuts hair?
I think I'm kind of old school though, so I think what makes a great barber is just this conversation. It's a conversation he has and the rapport he builds with the person in his chair. And I think the difference between good and great is the good barbers they just want to make money. They don't want to build relationships. They don't want to build any rapport with people. They're just like, man, look, every person that sits in their barber chair is a monetary means. And granted, we all get paid 20, 30, 40 minutes after we do the haircut. But I really believe what makes them great is the rapport they build with the people that sit in their chair, because those people, they open up doors for you that you couldn't open for yourself. But if they sit in your chair and they feel like you just rushing through a haircut day.
So then how they also say that the stylist in the first chair is usually the green one and the good one, he in the back. Yeah. How do you get to the back? I mean, is that just based on the conversation you carry? I mean,
kind of. It does. It is, a lot of it is skill. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I can't act like good and great doesn't involve skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Communication skills is one thing, customer service skills, but you do still have to have skills. But if you can build a great rapport with the person, you could be a shitty barber, man, and they'll keep coming back because they like
There's
the conversation.
Been a few that got posted on Facebook, and they were like, "Man, if you got your hair cut by this dude, you ain't a real Portland man." Because it's like this old, I don't know who it is, but this old man that apparently every dude in Portland has had their hair cut and messed up by this man. And it's like a rite of passage at this point to have your hair messed up by this man. And he's still barbering.
Don't care.
He'd be like the Cedric the Entertainer of the Barbershop movie. You know, he's like the guy that's just still there.
Don't have any clients.
Right.
Show up on time. Yeah. Unlock the door for the day.
At 6 a.m.
Cleaning all the brushes.
But yeah, you to get from the front chair to the back chair. I don't know if that still exists, because in my barbershop, one of the better everybody's great in my barbershop, I believe. Everybody's great. And she chose the front chair, you know, and I remember her saying she chose the front chair because people need some eye candy.
Listen.
So I know I look good. Come on in here.
I ain't even mad at that. Baby. She gonna make some money.
Yeah. And I don't think it really matters nowadays because things are so different. People don't come and they don't sit around anymore. They got appointments. So I think at this point, everybody's taking a chance with whoever barber they go to. They just want to get in and get out. Yeah. You know.
Okay. And you stay booked and busy, don't you? Like, is it hard to get on your books?
I mean, I don't really open my books that much, but not because I've arrived.
I am by referral only. I take no walk-ins. Do not be a first-time client.
I just got 2 kids. I got a wife. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when I travel, I'll be gone for 4 months, 5 months at a time. So I just try to make sure I'm home. I'm available to pick kids up, take them to sports wherever they need to go. Yeah. Stuff like that. So I'm not always in the shop, and I'm not rich by any means to be able to do that, because some days I get up in the morning and I look at my bank account, I'm like, shit, I gotta go to the shop. Like, I need to go work.
Yes. So you brought up a good point, like you have a family. So how do you balance being a busy person with your family life, your children, your relationship, date nights, all those things?
It's hard. We just work through a family calendar. Like, everything's on the calendar. I try not to ask questions. I asked you a question. You're like, I don't like repeating myself. So my wife is the same way.
What?
He sent me a text, and I had already sent him the information, and then he was like, so, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, I sent him a screenshot of the message. Oh, my God. And I was like, I don't like repeating myself. And he was like, you know, my wife says the same stuff.
Hey, cold-blooded.
It was cool for me, though.
Per my previous text. Right. Not even email.
The professional fuck you. Pay attention.
And all this time I thought my wife was tripping, but it was really me.
It's not her issue.
It's really me.
Oh my God.
But you know, we just worked through this family calendar. My daughter is probably the busiest of all the kids. Probably the busiest of all the people in the family, believe it or not.
Oh wow. Sports?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I think when I started traveling, before I started traveling, we just kind of set down some guidelines or some non-negotiables, you would say. And one of those non-negotiables was that I would never miss a birthday, and that I wouldn't miss like any big event, like a graduation or something like that. I have missed dance performances and competitions and track meets, but they've given me grace in that sense, but not the big thing. So whenever I negotiate a contract that I'm working on, a job I'm working on, I would just go to the family calendar and I look at the list of dates of events, and I just implement or just incorporate those into my deal.
So just to back up a little bit, because I know that the 3 of us already have this information, but in case our listeners don't, they may be wondering, as a barber, why would you be away for months at a time? So can you explain to us and our listeners just a little bit more why you are a traveling barber, what you're traveling for, and what takes you away from your shop for that length of time at any time?
Yeah. Listeners, listen up.
I'm famous.
Right. Google me.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't. I don't think there's anything to Google. You probably find. I can tell you. I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to look into this camera, and I'm going to tell you. If you Google me, you're going to find the billionaire white dude with the same exact name.
Because I Googled myself.
I hope no, some people send me screenshots.
That is hilarious.
I hope that one day Mr. Arthur L. Williams, billionaire guy, that I get one of your checks, because I'm sure enough going to cash it.
He's like, I'm cashing it, and then I'm changing my name afterwards immediately. We're moving.
And it was in my name. I don't know where it came from, but it said to me.
And I can't get it back because it's gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I cut celebrity hair on set. Mainly one, really, that I actually met here in Portland.
Okay.
When he was shooting here. But he and I have been friends now for 16 years. And he get a job, I get a job. You know, we travel together. We'll work on a TV show for 4.5, 5 months, or a movie for 4 months. And I just get to sit on set. I'm not going to tell you how many haircuts he get, because then they might try to like stop hiring a brother. But I am responsible for his hair regardless of how many haircuts he gets.
So you become part of their glam squad, so to say? Okay.
Yeah. So you say you met him. He was already here filming. So was it that they needed a barber at the last minute and they called you, and then...
How did they find you?
It was him. He was in a restaurant or a bar or something, and he saw one of my clients. And at that time, one of my clients used to play for the Blazers, and he saw him, and he just asked him who cut his hair, told him it was me, gave him my contact, and then he showed up at the barbershop one day, and nobody knew who he was.
Okay, so you're cutting athletes and folks in the film industry.
I mean, that was back then. Yeah, I don't think I have any athletes on my thing now, unless I'm working an event at
because they all have
Nike
dreads
or
now.
something.
They all have, everybody's twisted back.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, so simply by referral, that's kind of how you came about. He hadn't sat with you before. He just saw someone's head and said, "I want that cut. Where you get it?" And he was just like, "Book me. Put me in your planner."
Right.
Yeah. I mean, this was before we even did appointments. This was before COVID.
So he just walked in.
So he had to walk in.
Oh wow.
And I didn't know who he was, but I have to tell this story. He ain't heard this story yet.
Okay.
But I've told other people this story. So he walked in with this haircut, and I just looked at it like,
who jacked
okay, what is this?
I see where we're starting from. Okay.
So the TV show he worked on, I guess, like there's a distinct difference between a hairstylist haircut and a barber cut, you know? And I think he had a hairstylist that tried to cut his hair. Okay. And she might have been white.
I was going to say, considering the show that we're talking about.
Yeah, she might have been white. So, and so they told him that if he wanted a barber, he needed to go find his own barber. Oh. So they like made this dude go find his own barber, and that's what he did. He went on a search and he was 22-year-old kid at that time.
Right.
And he walked into my shop, and I knew he was there for me, but I just kind of looked at the haircut, and I was like, bro, what are we doing with this?
How do we handle this?
Yeah. And he started to use like TV words. Yeah. You know, like hair trailer words, like, it ain't even really a word, but it's like, it needs to stay the same. And then he used the word continuity, and I was like, what the hell is continuity?
So you want the same haircut every time?
Every single time.
Okay.
Every single time.
And so
is that hard to achieve, actually?
It is.
Especially when filming, because when you're shooting and things are shot out of sequence,
right?
We can't have your hair looking off on one day when it's tied to the same scene and it's cut differently at different angles. So how do you make sure that the continuity is continuing? How do you make sure?
You take pictures. Okay. So the first time you set the look, you take pictures, usually like 4 pictures, 2 on the side, 1 in front, 1 in the back. Okay. And you just use that as a reference throughout it just depends too, because there might be a scene where his hair is gonna get wet. And so you can, and on that day, maybe we leave it messy instead of just actually, because he might be standing in the shower with his head down or something. So you just kind of leave it messy. but all the other days, you're like constantly looking at this last photo that you just took to make sure that his hair looks the same.
And is this something that you knew to do, or you just kind of like figured it out as you went?
Yeah, I didn't know at all until the first job we got together. I had no set etiquette, I didn't know anything about how to maneuver on the Hollywood set. And we got our first job in Boston back in 2016, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
And we got our first real job where he could request his own barber, you know. And so we're working. I get there, and fortunately for us, we're working with. I'm gonna name drop just because.
Oh, we look forward to the name.
So yeah. So we're working on a TV show with Kevin Bacon, and I had never met Kevin Bacon, but I've seen Footloose and all that stuff. My grandma used to talk about Kevin Bacon.
6 degrees of separation.
You know? And his people, though, he has his own personal hairstylist and his own personal makeup artist.
Yeah.
And so because I was Aldis's personal barber or whatever, hairstylist, we all the three of us kind of just always hung together. And they taught me what it meant.
Gotcha.
To be like what these words meant and how to fill out a call sheet or a time sheet, how to read a call sheet. Yeah. I didn't know how to do any of that. I just looked and see, okay, I think I'm supposed to be at work. Why do I have to be at work at 8:12?
8:12. You know? Do not get here at 8:15 and don't you dare show up at 8:10.
So yeah, it was a learning curve that I just learned on the job the same way I learned how to barber.
Do you ever run into other stylists for other talent that are trying to tell you what they think would be best for your, like, oh man, yeah, you should clean that up more in the back, or that's how I do it for my person,
right.
Who are also on set, so they feel like I've been doing this, I know what I'm talking about, let me tell you.
Yeah. Nah, I haven't run into that.
Okay.
I haven't run into that because when you come in as a personal, people are naturally intimidated by you, and until they get to know you, because what I understand, or what they've told me is that every personal comes in already judged. You know, they think you're going to be a jerk because you're a person, and there probably are some people like that. I personally haven't run into any of them, but I'm sure, without a doubt, that there's people who are personal hairstylists that think they're the star.
Right.
You know, and
so tell you how to do your job.
Yeah.
With a client that ain't mine.
Right, that part.
But some people, I have taken advantage. I mean, I've taken advice from people who've been in the industry for a while, and they're like, if you do this, you might get the hair a little bit more level or a little bit more rounded or something like that. And I'm like, shit, okay, cool. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you. You know, I'm always about learning, and Aldis isn't so Aldis Hodge is the guy that
I was like, we ain't mentioned him yet. I was like, okay, we don't want to say,
we said a first name. Do we have a last name now?
But, you know, Aldis doesn't move on set like that. You know, he's very chill, humble dude. And, I mean, I would be way out of pocket to come on set with an attitude like I've arrived to something.
Yeah. It's almost like he put somebody on his team that like mirrors his demeanor. Like you want to match his energy.
I mean, the only difference between us is that I still say stuff, and I'm old. And I'll say stuff that he can't say, because of who he is or where, you know. So, you know, if I can say whatever.
Do you get to be his angry translator sometimes?
Sometimes.
That is hilarious.
Sometimes, but he's not, you know, usually angry.
Like, you know, that shirt really ain't working for him. He gonna be like,
right.
Yeah, he don't like
my
that
client
color.
Says the shirt's fucked up. We don't like this. Saying his color. Bring in the red shirt. We don't do this green. That's great. Yeah, he is a really chill demeanor, so I could see why he would want to have someone on his team that obviously reflects him and would represent his personality. Is he your only celebrity client? And how do you manage if you've got scheduling conflicts?
He's the only one that I will be a personal for.
Okay.
Everybody else, I would just, like, if they need a haircut or need a hairstyle established for a movie or a set or something, or a show or something, I'll establish that hairstyle or haircut for them, and then the barber on set or the hairstylist will maintain it.
Do you do the other actors that are like with him? There are other people that need barbering on the set that you just happen to be on? Do you do their heads also?
I don't normally do it.
Okay.
If I'm not getting paid for it.
I mean, hey, money talks.
Right, that's
you
facts.
know. And then if I'm there, so we shot season 1 of Cross, and I was there for just Aldous.
Okay.
But then there was 3 other people that
we want our haircut too.
And that's how it happened, right? So what was supposed to happen was I was just going to establish those haircuts.
Okay.
And then a local hired barber would maintain those haircuts.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it just kind of got to a point where they were like,
we don't want
we
them.
just
we want
want
you.
this dude to cut our hair.
Yeah.
And so I didn't get paid any extra for that, but
you established a relationship.
I established a relationship
with your business.
People,
yeah.
And so season 2 came around and we shot season 2, and it was a hard no.
Y'all getting the behind the scenes there, you know, the announcements, you know what I'm saying? That season 2 is coming.
Season 2 is coming.
Season 2.
I don't know when, but it is coming.
So with that being said, you have you ever established like a hairstyle for somebody, and then the barber that came behind you to maintain it jacked it up, and then you're like,
that ain't my work. Don't put my name on the shot.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but
I feel like
I
you
can
do.
tell you
Right,
the story.
That's part of the NDA right there. I don't know who it was, but let me tell you what he did.
Yeah, I actually got a job because that dude
really
messed it up. Yeah, he messed up a haircut, and unfortunately, it was Aldous that he was working with.
Hilarious.
And yeah, he messed up that haircut, man. And
so that's the haircut he walked in with.
No.
Okay.
No.
So I have a friend out in the DC area who also will sometimes be on set to barber, and he mentioned that sometimes he's just called, doesn't necessarily know who he's going to be, but there's like maybe a network of people that when needed, because, you know, filming takes place all over.
Right.
Are you someone who, because there's actually a lot of stuff that's filmed in Portland.
Yeah.
Are you part of a network here where they're like, oh, we are going to need someone to cut. Let's reach out to our network.
Like a preferred barber list.
Yeah. Are you on like a preferred barber list?
Every they have a union in every region, basically.
Okay.
But I'm only in one union on the East Coast right now. And there's a union here in Portland. But they don't have barbers in the union. So if I get a call, it's from somebody that knows me already.
Okay.
And so they'll call me, and if I'm not there, if I'm not available, I'll just connect them with another barber in our barbershop. And then they'll have that barber. So they do, anytime a brother comes to town, and he's a celebrity and he's on the TV show, like,
one of
get the call.
You get the call.
One of my sorority sisters actually would continuously do Cat Williams when he came to town to do his stand-up. Because, you know, he has longer hair. He's not, So do you do, like, when celebrities come into town and they're like, hey, I'm here, I got a stand-up, you know, who can line me up right quick? Or are they usually traveling with their own people, too?
It just kind of depends. That happened to me once with, like, French Montana. I got this call, and it was actually one of my clients that connected it. He was connected to somebody that was associated with French, and then they called me up to come give him a haircut.
Ooh, is his hair hard to cut? Because now I'm thinking if you do Aldous' head, that's a whole different type of hair.
Remember, you learned straight hair cutting from the lady.
But he still get faded. A fade is a fade.
Okay.
Straight hair or curly hair.
A little finer, the way the hair falls off the clippers, you know?
Let me get that curl.
But quick question. So, like, I know with, like, athletes, right? They get paid per game. And so, depending on what state they play in is how they get taxed. Do you have to pay taxes in multiple states because you are on set with personal barbering? Oh.
Yeah, so.
Well, that must be fun come tax season, huh?
Not really.
I was here. Get this I-9 for that state.
It's crazy, though. It's bananas sometimes. And we worked in Canada my last 2 jobs were in Canada. And it was, the Canadian taxes are like, I don't even know how to even say it without cussing. Like it was bad. It was bad. It was bad. But so, you know, you work in Canada. The thing is that, like, when you work internationally, if you only stay on international ground working, you don't actually have to pay federal taxes to America, even if you get paid in U.S. dollars.
Wait, yeah, because we're both confused.
Right.
What do you mean by if you stay on international ground only?
So working in Toronto, I worked in Toronto for 4.5 months. Mm-hmm. So I only had to pay Canadian federal taxes and provincial taxes, which would be like state taxes for us. Okay. So in the province you live in, you pay that tax. Okay. But America doesn't take any of they take like Social Security and Medicare.
Oh, so like if you were going between international and statewide, you'd have to pay both for the same job.
So whenever we came to shoot in DC, whatever money I made in DC, obviously the feds.
Yeah, basically. Of course they did. Of course they did. So. I was trying to catch up with you guys when you were there too. In fact, we were there together a week after you guys had left from one of your filmings.
We went to a bar and we were like talking to people just randomly.
So random.
And we were like, they were like, "Where are you from?" We're like, "Oh, we're from Portland." She's like, "I live here, but we're from Portland." She's like, "I just met an actor and he's from Portland." And she said, "We were like, we know him."
So it was funny. It was actually the hostess. So we're sitting at the table, just talking, mingling, being ourselves and. Yeah, a lady being a hostess, making small talk. Yeah, where are you ladies from? And we tell them, and she's like, "Oh, I just met someone from Portland just last week. They were here doing some filming." And I said,
Was it
this person here? And it was a picture of my friend, and she was like, "Yeah." And so she pulled up her phone, and they had taken a photo together. So then I took the identical photo with her, and I sent it back to him. I was like, "I'm in your spot." Hey. He's like, "Yo, tell her I say what's up. She's so nice." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "And you're a punk for not meeting me for lunch."
Right.
There's that. He's like, "I'm sorry, I got busy."
Not that you were here for 4 months.
Right.
That's dope. That's dope. Small world.
It is a small world. I mean, and Portland's even smaller. So it's like when you know people in the area and that they're doing great things, it's real easy to connect the dots of who's who. It's like, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. Makes it smaller.
What has been one of the craziest things that has happened in the barbershop and then also celebrity-wise?
Well, I just love the black barbershop. Like, there's no place on the planet like the black barbershop. And so the craziest is two crazy things you'll always see in the barbershop. And one, like I don't really deal in like stolen goods.
Oh Lord,
but you cannot be a traditional black barbershop and not allow the boosters to come in.
Right.
They need a place too.
You know what I'm saying? And like I don't purchase the stolen stuff or whatever, or the boosted stuff. The boosted stuff. I don't, but it goes against my moral compass. But I'm like, man, I can't have a black barbershop without
a booster.
Without the boosters.
Let me call one to come by today.
We got a booster right now. We be putting money on his books.
Shut up.
Help me out.
But it's so that can sometimes be the craziest thing. Yeah. Like some of the craziest stuff you see, and then I mean, every once in a while, a fight will break out in the barbershop.
Oh, jeez.
That sounds real dangerous.
But if a fight breaks out in the barbershop, I swear, I've been a barber now for 23 years.
Okay.
And I think I've only seen 2 fights in the barbershop.
Is it like everybody backs up and they just kind of
wrap
around like, okay, made a ring,
somebody grab the scissors, put them in the back. Yeah. We don't need a bloodshed.
It's usually just like a client. It's usually a client fight. It's never a barber fighting a client or whatever.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, that has happened before. And so,
have you guys ever had clients sit down that, may it be true or not, they hated their haircut and refused to pay, and then it become a problem?
Yep.
How's that handled?
That's usually how a fight breaks out, though. This ain't what I asked for, bro.
Right.
Well, bro, you showed me a picture, and I tried to tell you that's Usher.
You don't look like Usher.
Your head ain't shaped the same.
And I always tell people when they bring a photo, all right, bro,
you got a football head.
Right.
You got an old head.
Your hair is not that same texture.
See, the way your hairline starts back here, you see how it starts back here, and you see his starts up here? Yeah. I don't know how we going to fix that.
I can give you the Stevie. I can't give you the Walker. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 2 different things.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get, you come in with a picture of Bradley Pitt, you ain't
Bradley Pitt.
Yeah, me and Bradley.
Yeah,
we on the first name
go way back.
We do. I call him. I'll be like, "Yo, Bradley." He's like, "Yeah, Arthur, what's up?"
Arthur. Because I have this. obviously not the same situation, but like I make cakes on the side. I do cakes and cupcakes, and I'll often have clients come to me and they say, I want this cake. Can you make me this cake, right? And I'll say, well, your inspiration photo is great, but that's not my cake.
Right.
Therefore, I can make something in its likeness. But if you want that cake, you need to go to that baker. Is it kind of the same situation where like, yeah, I see your inspiration, I see what you're going for, but don't expect what you see in the photo exactly?
I don't know if I ever met a barber that spoke in those terms,
really?
Which would probably be really good.
I would be like, disclaimer, that ain't my work, therefore I cannot promise that on you. But thanks for the inspiration. I see where you're going with this.
That makes sense though, because a tattoo artist would do the same.
I was gonna say, literally my tattoo artist would be like, because I'd be like, I want this, and I see that white there. He's like, yeah, white's gonna look dirty on you, so we're just not gonna do white. I was like, okay, just use your creative judgment. Thanks.
My tattoo artist be like, man, I'm trying to get tattoos on my hands, man. He's like, nah, bro. I ain't met a tattoo artist yet that would tattoo my hands.
What?
Really? So I must not supposed to get my hands tattooed.
What, you want your hands tattooed?
I wanted for a while. I wanted them tattooed.
Why wouldn't they do it? What'd they say?
It just, you wash your hands so much that the ink would just kind of fade real fast.
Gotcha. Really? Because I see so many people that get stuff on the top of their hands.
And they probably look faded.
I mean, I don't know.
I guess if you look close, probably.
I always wanted something on the bottom of my foot, and they said for the same reason, because it would fade too quickly, that they don't do the bottom of people's feet for that reason, or probably the inside of their hands. Yeah, I said the bottom of my foot. I said what I said.
That's interesting.
I'm a little different.
When you be like sitting around, my feet hurt. I can imagine the pain that you're going to endure to just not have your tattoo show ever.
But here's my reason behind it, and the reason why I don't have any tattoos is because I can never decide on something that I will be like, oh yeah, when I'm 80, I know I'm still gonna love this, right? So it's like I want to get something in a place where I can either see it or I won't see it. And so, like we're on the beach, I can be like, bam, I kick a foot up. There it is, but then it's not there. And
first of all, the 6 weeks of scabbing that take place, I'm
you
like,
just take a little TDY. You know what I mean? You just take some leave,
and then you're light skinned, so you probably gonna burn on your foot if you put it up.
Get red ink too. Let that stuff blend in a little bit.
What is wrong with you?
Oh no, I don't know.
This is why we get off topic.
We got real off topic. We started with tattoos. Now we're talking about red ink on the bottom of my foot.
Oh my god.
Yo. I had a question and I can't get past the tattoo.
I might have to Google tattoos on like the bottom of your feet.
She could be the one that gets a tattoo on the bottom, like the back of her eyelids or something. Like when I close my eyes, I can see my tattoo. It's like, what?
Oh my gosh. No, but if I ever did get a tattoo, it would probably be in red ink just so that it doesn't stand out too much because I can't decide on something I want permanently. That's just me. But anyway.
Have you ever had somebody run out?
Oh,
like without paying?
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah!
Really?
They don't even run no more. They just walk. They be like, I'm gonna be right back, bro.
You let them leave?
You let them leave?
It ain't happened to me, but it's happened to barbers in our shop.
Like, you don't have to
leave
go
your
to
ID.
Cash App me. I'll take Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. You don't have to go to the car to get your keys or whatever you need. I'll wait for you here. You just open up your phone. What you need, I got you.
Crazy.
That's usually the way. I mean, nowadays.
Yeah.
You can do that. Yeah. But this just probably happened like a couple years ago.
Really?
To the new barber, he been in there like 3 year now. So
did the person seem shifty when they came in? They'd be like, "Oh, we got a runner." I could tell by the way you walked in here. I couldn't trust you.
Doors. Close the doors.
That's what we should start doing. They should have all doors shut. You should have to pull to open instead of like push to run out. But that dude was like, "Yeah, man, I'm gonna be right back, bro." And he never came back.
Yeah, he got you guys.
It's cool though. He needed that haircut more.
That is funny. Oh my goodness. Okay, what is the least who is the least likely person that you have cut hair for that you weren't expecting to be like they wanted me to cut their hair like celebrity wise?
Pierce Brosnan.
Really?
Yeah, Pierce 007.
What?
Like I don't know. He had a goatee in the movie that we were shooting, and he wanted a barber to do it. Oh. He didn't want the lady that was in charge of his hair to do it. Yeah. He wanted a barber.
He wanted the black
and so he saw me. I swear
it was straight razor, didn't he?
Literally he might have been my second day there. Like I thought I was there for one person. And then Pierce walks into the trailer and he walks in on my side first. and he greets himself. You know, he like introduces himself.
Yeah.
I'm kind of starstruck, but I try to move
Try to be
like
cool,
I'm not.
be cool
you know
about
what I
it.
mean? And he walks down to the other end of the trailer and gets his hair done. I hear a conversation happening down at the other end of the trailer. It sounded like an intense conversation, but I think maybe I was just in my head at the time.
Hustling.
And so, and then he walks out, and the trailer was just quiet. So I was like, something.
That was intense. Something happened.
Like something must have happened.
Yeah.
You didn't really hear the conversation because it was on the other end, but it was like something must have happened. Anyways, he comes back with the makeup. So in Hollywood, hair is only in charge for hair. Okay. Like you can't, anything from here down belongs to makeup. Oh. So if you got sideburns or a beard,
really?
It belongs to makeup, right?
Oh, I don't know. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah. So sideburns down, they say. Sideburns down is makeup. Unless you're personal and
gotcha, and you can do whatever.
But so Pierce goes over to wherever he goes, makeup. Then he comes back like 5 minutes later with the makeup lady, and they come in on the other end of the trailer, and she goes, "Hey Art, Pierce is wondering if you do his beard for him, like today."
Yeah.
And she was like, "Yeah, today, but for the whole movie." And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Oh, he had a conversation. He's like, "Listen, I know what you're paid to do, but what we're not going to do is have you line me up. I want him."
So I was like, I didn't know how to say no. Who you going to say no?
Where are you going to, though?
I didn't even know what to say at first. And I was like, yeah, I could do that. And then he sat in my chair, man, and it was like my first ever beard trim in barber school. Because I was just nervous.
Shaking his...
Just nervous.
It was like silly on Mr.
Yeah. So, yeah, he man, we had some of the best conversations too, but he was probably the one that kind of shook me the most, but in a good way.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, you see all the social media stuff, right? With all like the barbers that do like the spa
steams.
treatments.
Yeah,
and
do
you do any of those services?
Use the lavender scents and oils.
They be massaging the face and stuff. That man, have you seen that one where the man's like snoring, deep snore?
And they got the towel wrapped around just the
knocked
nose
out. And the man's massaging his face. And the man's like,
I want to go get one of those right now.
I know, for
How do we
real.
get some of that? Do you do that?
No.
No. Oh, man.
I mean, man,
Do you do it?
I'm not knocking it. I think it's fantastic because he get paid like, what was the price? Like $200, $250. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you put that time in. I mean, if I had that kind of patience and time, I would do it. You know, but when you're not in town that much and your clients know you back, you trying to get everybody in that you can. And I don't know if I got 45 or I'm sure that probably took longer than that.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? It would be cool
to let it sit and soak. See, that's when you can double your clients up, though. Be like, while this man over here is marinating underneath the special sauce I put around his beard, we're going to go ahead and line you up.
You over here making up some shit, be like, this steam takes 45 minutes
to an hour
for the best results.
Okay,
so
you just sit here, you would listen to the trinkles.
Put a cucumber on his face.
That way he don't see
on
nothing.
His eyelids.
There you go. Then you're over here cutting 5 or 6 heads.
some tape over his mouth.
Exactly.
Can't say nothing.
Splash some water on his face.
Right, you over here cutting somebody like, it's just a little trickle. So you feel like something happening. You don't know.
Let that sit. It's gotta soak into the core, the pointiness of your
You got
skin.
your kids over there like just rubbing circles, just rubbing circles.
Don't say nothing. They'll hear you.
Yo, we onto something right now. I'm telling you, this could be.
That's how you double up that coin.
Yeah,
I
mean, you make good money doing it. You know, I don't knock anybody that does it. That's pretty dope. I mean, usually those people are probably not really in a barbershop. They're probably in one of those studios, you know, like those single person studios doing that.
Because it's got to be real, like, tranquil.
You got to have quiet.
Yeah.
But people fall asleep in the barber chair even with the noise going on.
See, that's how they get their ear cut. I said, keep your head straight. They over here.
No.
You give them the mirror, man. You messed up my line, bro.
You messed up your line.
Oh, yo, have you ever had to like put words in people's head back when that was popular?
Yeah.
Oh, did you ever misspell anything?
No.
Oh.
I always draw it out first. I always draw it out on a piece of paper.
Like write twice.
That way I can
once.
see it. Yeah, like,
that would be me. I'd be like,
have you ever seen anybody mess that up?
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
God.
I've seen bad stuff. I've seen a lot of like, bro, what was that? After they leave, you like, bro, what was that?
Oh, no.
Like,
that's what the client wanted. He said he liked peanut butter, so I wrote it in the back. I don't know.
The spacing is all wrong. P.
Nut.
Yeah.
Sorry, we ran out of space for butter, but they'll get the point. It's just P and nut.
Yeah.
Don't turn your head to the side. It just says nut. Like, you like, what?
You're lucky I left off the extra T.
You can always tell. You can always tell when the barber his creative juices is stopped. Because he started on one side and you see this beautiful design, and he gets to the other side and it's like,
a line.
What happened?
You
you just tailed it off, huh? He's like, bro, I was tired.
I would be so devastated. You got like a whole like maze combination and all it's like
put your head to like this all day. Hey guys, I'm good.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that happens a lot though.
Do you for your friend groups, do you feel like do your friends ever take advantage of the fact that you're a barber? Like they'd be like, "Hey, bro, just come over and
fit me in real quick.
Just line me up real quick. Can you come over to the
house? I know you at home with the missus and you just got in 5 minutes ago, but let me slide right quick."
Right.
Nah, I mean, I don't really have that many friends, to be honest with you, which is cool. By choice.
That sounds so sad.
We kind of talked about that. The higher up you are and the more success you have, it's kind of like this little pyramid where you start looking around and, you know, folks ain't on your level and doing how you're moving.
It ain't about that, though.
I mean, but
he's like, I just don't have friends.
You know, it's just, I mean, I think in my older years, my more classic years, my vintage years, you just know less is better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's just, I can not have to deal with somebody sharing a secret. You know what I mean?
Hence the NDAs.
I'm like, bro, you were supposed to hold that. You know, like, why does your wife know that? You know, so I'm just.
That's a tough one.
Pillow talk is tough.
Pillow talk, man. Yeah. So it's just for me. I'm just. If you keep the circle small, it's just easier. I mean, Nipsey said it perfectly for me. He was like, "Circle's getting small. Everybody can't go."
That's facts.
So,
yeah.
Well, what advice would you give to somebody who's coming up behind you, like that wants to be a barber, who wants to get into celebrity barbering? Like, what would you tell them?
Just keep working, keep putting yourself out there. I don't know if celebrities go on Instagram and they find the best barber on Instagram and be like, oh, I want that dude. You know, I think if you just kind of hone your skills and your talents and you you can use enhancements because a lot of people use enhancements, and then, you know, especially in Hollywood, enhancements are, you see a lot of that. You know what I mean? But, you know, I would just tell them to just keep honing your original skills because your original skills are what will outlast the enhancements because the enhancements going to wash off in a couple of days. And they're going to be looking
that chalk line
regular again. You know what I mean?
Yo, why do they leave chalk lines? I see that sometimes, like, you guys didn't notice the chalk when you sent them outside.
No, they do. It like makes the line pop.
It's like when girls put that white eyeliner under their eyebrows for that phase.
Guys like that? Or like they like the white chalk on there? I always thought that it just didn't get washed off.
Yeah. So when I here's it. We used to love that white chalk line. Not because we drew it on, because we just shampooed this person's hair.
Yeah. And
it's dry. And when you line them up, it's just ash, right?
Yeah.
For us, back in the day, that's what it was. It was like, ooh. So you saw your line and your line was
crispy.
Bam, straight.
Not that it was ashy.
It was ashy. But now
with your ashy
now
forehead.
they actually use chalk.
That is
I never knew that it started out with being just ashy.
Which makes sense because, you know, you just got the wash so your skin's dry. Then you got But yeah, and I'll see these folks, I'm like, y'all just don't see that thick chalk line out on his face.
Yeah.
You're just going to send him out in the world like that? Looking like
crazy.
A murder scene?
That is hilarious.
Somebody died on your forehead?
His whole hairline just died. Here's where it used to be.
And we call this fade death.
Faded to death.
Faded to death.
Damn it.
That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Well, on that note, we have been enjoying this conversation. We've been enjoying our drinks. I don't know if y'all, for those of y'all watching on YouTube, y'all can see we got the little cocktails on the table. But Nebula 9 Vodka has been our sponsor for this season, and they have provided us with some amazing drinks. We've been doing little recipe videos on social media to tell you how to make some really good cocktails, and like Nicole likes to say, the maki-kakis, the mocktails.
For those who don't drink, get you a maki-kaki.
But listen, they got this 4 times distilled, this vodka that has natural fruit juices, agave syrups, and the apple cider vinegar that makes it kind of like a healthy vodka. You know, you don't have a hangover, your stomach don't hurt, ain't no stomach acid coming up, and it is delicious. And they've got those in the liquor stores. We're going to post a list of where they can be found.
Select liquor stores.
But then we've also got this ready-to-drink cocktail in a can. Looks like a little energy drink, which we found that you might be able to slide it in some places. You know what I'm saying?
Some places that don't know think it is an energy drink.
That part, you know what I'm saying? We don't promote drinking and being out in public, but if you do your thing, that's on you. But it's got 2 shots of liquor in it. They've got some really amazing flavors. So shout out to Nebula 9. You can find them at nebula9vodka.com, and that's the number 9, and then Nebula 9 Vodka on social media. But with that being said, fella, where can they find you at?
You can find me at the Influential Grooming Lounge, 3262 Northeast Martin Luther King Boulevard. Come through, get cut. We got 7 of us in there that can get you right.
You can't get booked with him, though, because he does not take new clients.
I do take just look.
He's above it.
He's like, I'm trying to promote my other barbers.
If you go to the website,
because they pay a booth fee, and that equates to money in my pocket. Okay, increase their booth fees.
Celebrities that watch our show, he's for hire.
He is for hire.
My God, I need a job, man.
Only if you are being up celebrity. We don't do C's, D's, being up.
No E's, F's, or
no,
Z's.
None of that.
Do you want to be found on social media?
You can find me on social media if you look.
Damn it.
It might be the other Arthur, so check twice.
No, you can find me on social media at the Dope Influencer. It's probably, you won't find haircuts on there though, but
all of these shenanigans is what's gonna be on there. I love it.
It's gonna be fun.
Nick B, where can they find you?
Yeah, so if you're looking for me, I can be found on all of the Dirty Roses platforms. May that be our Facebook, our Instagram, our TikTok, or our YouTube if you're watching. And if you want to find me specifically, you can find me at NickB_Nick B. That's Nick with a K, and that's on Instagram. Miss LaRie, where can we find you?
Not in the barbershop.
No.
I'll be in the salon. Okay. But no, you can find me on social media. It's LaRie, LeighlaRie on all platforms. And of course, DirtyRosesPodcast.com, where you can tune in, leave us a review, rate us, give us an email if you want some advice, because we do listener letters and all the good stuff. But otherwise, you can catch us here on every single podcast platform, and we'll check you next time. Bye.
Guess what, Rose Buddies? We are thrilled to introduce our new sponsorship packages. Be sure to hit us up at DirtyRosesPodcast.com to inquire how we can showcase your brand on our platforms.